Hi, I'm AJ with Humbucker Soup, and I want to talk to you guys about humbucker construction. So humbuckers are made up of several different parts. Usually you have a base plate, a magnet, a metal spacer with some holes in it, two bobbins, a plastic or maple spacer, and then usually some screws on one side, slugs on the other, and then some brass screws that go underneath to hold everything together. First thing you need to do is wind your bobbins. Usually this won't have any screws in it yet. You can sand the edges of these with some 600 grit sandpaper, get them nice and smooth so that you don't tear up your coil wire. You need a lead at the beginning and the end. A lot of times it's best to screw or drill a small hole in the bottom so you can push the wire through and solder it to the coil wire. It's most common to use 42 or 43 gauge wire to wind these, but you could always experiment with something else. If you need a good starting point, you could start at around 5,000 winds per coil, but you can go pretty much as high as you want as long as it'll fit on the bobbin. Once you're all done, you can solder the other end and tape it off. Set that one aside and then do the same thing with your other bobbin. Once everything is done to both of these and they're taped off, you can thread all the screws into the screw side and you can push the slugs into the slug side until they sit flush with the top of the bobbin. Then you can use your metal spacer, push all of the screws through that and into your base plate. You can use the brass screws now if you'd like to screw this side on, but you probably want to leave it just a little bit loose. And then you want the south polarity side of your magnet facing that metal spacer. Then you can put the slug side on and your shim, just slide that down in there. And then from here you should have all your wires exposed, and depending on how you want to wire it, whether you want to use pushback wire or 4-conductor wire, you can solder up all of your connections, heat shrink them off if you'd like, and then usually push them kind of inside so that they're hidden. From there, if you want a wax pot, you can use either paraffin or up to about 20% beeswax with the paraffin. And then after you're done wax potting, I like to tape the whole pickup. And from there, you're pretty much done. You can do all of your testing with your multimeter. I hope you learned something new about humbucker construction, and we'll see you next time.